Welcome back, friends, to 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Yep, you got it. It's me. It's Dave. I've got gray hair. Yep, I've got a gray beard. Yep. I have glasses like the guy in the artwork, but today I'm wearing an orange shirt. And, what can I say? A little bit of variety once in a while is not a terrible thing in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, folks, how are you today? I'm glad you're here with me. I've had a pretty fun-filled and packed day so far. You know, I got to do that thing that most people do on their days off, like laundry. Yeah, I don't hate laundry, folks. It's just me doing laundry for myself, so it's really not that bad. But it is what it is. It's laundry, and then of course you got to fold it and put it away or hang it up, and we got to redo the bed. And I know I'm whining here, and I'm sorry. We had an issue with the sink in the house earlier this week, and we had a guy come in and fix it for us because I'm just not crawling underneath sinks anymore. First of all, I don't own the house. I rent here. But, I want to help out the lady who's renting to me, so when I can, I do. But that's like I changed a garbage disposal a month or so ago, that's not a big deal. But crawling, I was pretty sore after that. Crawling around and being a monkey getting underneath a sink is a little bit different when it's a deep well sink. So we brought a guy in, and he's a handyman that I use. But he forgot to turn the water on to the dishwasher, so I got a text message from a roommate. She goes, "Hey, Dave, when you come downstairs, can you look at the dishwasher for me?" I go, "Yeah, sure." So I go down, look at the dishwasher, and he had just forgotten to turn the water back on to the dishwasher. No big deal. Not going to give him a hard time about that at all because, hey, there's a lot to do in that. He was down underneath that sink for a couple of hours. So, are you using handymen now or professionals besides yourself to do the little things around the house that you used to do? Leave me a message, will you, at 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's the number 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. You can either reach me on the contact page or on the little microphone at the bottom right hand of every corner of every page. What are you doing for that? Are you still out there doing a lot of that stuff? Which, I still do quite a few things. Don't get me wrong. But what are you still doing? There's certain things that I'm just not going to do anymore. I'm not in the condition I used to be. I'm also not as young as I used to be, which is sad, But that's inevitable. And God says, "Hey, Dave, you eventually got to keep getting older." Sorry, buddy. But anyway, that's what's been going on around here. Plus, of course, I decided that with all this heat we've been having, I should go out and get a haircut. So I just got back from getting a haircut. So there's that. I want to get it in before I did this. But anyway, what else is going on in your lives? This is fun times here at Gray Hair Central. Just kidding, folks. Just kidding. It is fun times here. But we were talking about 1979. That's where I've been goofing up because I'm in the 70s, but it's like inverted numbers. 97, 79. Yeah. I'm getting old. But anyway, folks, yesterday we talked about some TV shows a little bit, and we reminisced about other things. But today I wanted to talk to you about movies. And the movies that came out in 79, and this is the box office list that the number one grossing film was Kramer versus Kramer, which is about a divorce and how it was affecting the kid. Or kids, I'm not sure which one it was. Number 2 was the Amityville Horror. Yeah. Number 3 was Rocky 2, the beginning of the inevitable Rocky phenomenon and series of which goes on and on and on. Here was, now 3 and 4, that was 3. 4 was Apocalypse Now. And that was about the Vietnam War. I'm sure you remember seeing that movie. There were a lot of movies about war, and the one about the Vietnam War was never done to make it look great, except for the Green Berets. To make us look great. I don't know. There was a lot of goofy stuff going on over there, and a lot of bullpucky, as I used to say. And I didn't want to be involved in. I am so happy that my brothers nor I had to go. None of my friends had to go when I was in high school. I have met many, many men who have gone or went there since, graduating high school, and I'm happy that they're around. Number 5 was Star Trek, the motion picture. The fun thing about that is this was the first one. Star Trek had been off the air for a good 10 years. I believe, yeah. 8 to 10 years, and they decided to bring this back, which I found very interesting. The next was Alien. So now we're getting back into the space and stuff, which I enjoy. I enjoy space movies. I really do. But Alien with Sigourney Weaver was, ooh, man, I tell you what, that thing came out of that guy's stomach. That was weird. The movie 10 with Bo Derek came out. Bo Derek, and I can picture this guy's name. I can picture his face. I'll think of it after I'm done, of course. Hey, this is Future Dave here. I get that from Dave Jackson. The guy's name from the movie is Dudley Moore. That ought to break it up for you. He was a riot. Anyway, back to the show. The movie The Jerk with Steve Martin came out. That was number 8. Moonraker it was a James Bond movie. It was number 9. And number 10. And these guys are some of my favorites. The Muppet movie. I'm a huge fan of Fozzie Bear. I like Ralph, the piano player, the piano playing dog, or Rolf. I like Kermit, don't get me wrong. I like them all. And everybody every once in a while say, "Oh, Dave, who's your favorite?" Is it because you impress me as Animal would be your favorite. He's one of them, but he's really not. It's Fozzie Bear. Fozzie Bear is my favorite. My favorite Muppet. Which shouldn't ever say what. Which character in the Muppets is your favorite? Now, I'm not talking Sesame Street with Big Bird and all them. I'm talking the Muppets with Jim Henson. Leave me a message on the website, 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. Let me know. I'm interested in this. This one is, there is a song that came out, and it's the intro to the Muppet Show when it was on TV. Because they were so cool, they had a TV show. And that was so much fun to watch. I mean, it just, how could you not laugh and have fun with the Muppets? Now, I know I've been talking all about movies here and my love for the Muppets and all that kind of fun stuff, but, it's back in the 70s where, for me, life was easier. Okay, yeah, I had a girlfriend, then a fiance, because we got married. Number 1 and I got married in April of 1980, which will be next week. In the podcast next week, we'll talk a bit about that. But these were more carefree times, to where I'm going out having fun with my friends still. With my wife or my girlfriend at the time, and sometimes not. Depends on what the hours were. And I wasn't so stressed out because it was go to work for 8 hours, go have a couple of beers with friends, or hang out around the house with the neighbors, have dinner with friends. I mean, having friends over for dinner. God, we did that with our neighbors for a couple of years. Where, one week could be at their house and the next week could be at our house. And we kept it a lot to our house because we were both, number 1 and I were both smokers. She had stopped when we thought she was pregnant. No, she actually was pregnant, but Those were fun times, barbecuing outside, in the summertime and helping your friends shovel out in the wintertime. We lived about a mile and a half off Lake Michigan. I'm sorry, not Lake Michigan. We lived a mile and a half off of Lake Huron. We didn't get the winds that they got off of Lake Huron, Michigan, but we got a lot of lake effect snow. But what were you doing back then, back in the 70s, when things were a little more carefree? Now, for those of you who went into the service, again, thank you for your service, and you probably weren't doing as much carefree stuff as we were back here, but let me know. I'm curious. I really am. Go to my website, 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's the number 5. Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Leave me a message. Let me know. Don't forget, episode 100 is coming up. If you don't leave me an email of some sort, I can't mail you a t-shirt, or I can't even set it up to drop ship it to you to where you put in your own address. Because I can do that. I'm sure I can do that. Just I pay for it and drop ship it to your house. If you don't, because I don't need your address. I need your email address so we can communicate about it. If that's something you're interested in. If it's not, that's absolutely fine. Don't forget, folks, also, if you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, tell them about me. Please let them know who I am. Also, show them how to do it, how to find one, how to download one, how to play one, how to follow or subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So on behalf of me, myself, and I, Gray Hair Dave, whose hair is a little shorter today, you have a great evening or a great weekend or a great day, whatever time of the day it is for you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. So until then, bye-bye.